Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Are we beginning?
Yeah. As our principal joined the meeting, he was joining, I think.
Yes, I am here. I am here.
Okay. Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, okay. I think we can begin the function then. Rima, can we start the function now? Hello, Rima. Shall we start the session? She's not here.
Ma'am, shall we start?
Yes, we can start now. We can start the session now. Okay.
Hello, Ashita, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
I guess Vinita ma'am is not audible.
Oh, is it? I am not audible. Okay.
The sparkle of fire is a witness of your worth. The silent lawns of water is a witness of your softness. The rising of the sun in east and the sunset in the west of your rhythm. The rhythmical movement of the moon is a witness of your perfection. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable dignitaries, esteemed guests, fellow members of the IEEE fraternity, and all of you present here today. This moment is really special beyond words. I feel privileged to extend my warm and cordial welcome to all of you present here for the inaugural ceremony of IEEE Communication Society chapter of IEEE GC Palakkad. The IEEE Communication Society promotes technological innovation and fosters creation and sharing of information among the global technical community. The society provides services to members for their technical and professional advancement and forums for technical exchanges among professionals in academia, industry, and public institutions. We are really proud to join such an independent society of IEEE since 1972 with 200 plus chapters in 142 countries with over 24,000 members. So, without further ado, let's begin the session with a silent prayer. Now, I would like to invite Vishnu Prasad Sir, our staff advisor, IEEE ComSoc SPCGC Palakkad, for welcome address. Welcome, sir.
Thank you, Rima. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, thank you. So good afternoon, everyone. So today IEEE student branch in our GC Palakkad is marking another milestone by launching IEEE Communication Society chapter. So I have the honor to welcome you all to the IEEE ComSoc SBC inauguration event. So IEEE Communication Society is a leading global community comprised of a diverse group of industry professionals with common interest in advancing all communication technologies. The communication chapter, through its members, encompasses a diverse range of activities and events devoted to communication engineering and technology. With this new chapter, we looking forward to help the student members to develop the skills and practical experience needed for their professional career. So without further ado, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Ana Gracia Amada, Professor, University Carlos III of Madrid, Spain, also the Director of Online Content for IEEE ComSoc. We are so privileged to have you, ma'am, for this inaugural event. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
Now,
it's a pleasure.
Yeah, welcome, ma'am. So now I would like to welcome our principal, Dr. Devraj sir, who is a strong pillar of support in all our activities. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, now I welcome Dr. Gopakumar sir, Chair IEEE ComSoc Kerala, Dr. Vinitha ma'am, Student Branch Counselor, GEC Palakkad, Mr. Dilip, Chairman IEEE ComSoc SBC GEC Palakkad. Welcome all. So I would also like to welcome all of you who so generously help us make this event come together smoothly. I would like to thank all student members and staff members on behalf of ComSoc. We couldn't have done this without you. So once again, thank you all for joining us today for this proud moment. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Unnikrishnan, Joint Secretary of IEEE ComSoc SBC GC Palakkad, to present IEEE Code of Ethics.
Hello everyone, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay. To hold paramount the safety, health and welfare of the public, to strive to comply with ethical design and sustainable development practices, to protect the privacy of others, and to disclose promptly factors that might endanger the public or the environment. To improve the understanding by individuals and society of the capabilities and social implications of conventional and emerging technologies, including intelligent systems. To avoid real or perceived conflicts of interest whenever possible, and to disclose them to affected parties when they do exist. To avoid unlawful conduct in professional activities and to reject bribery in all its forms. To seek, accept, and offer honest criticism of technical work, to acknowledge and correct errors, to be honest and realistic in stating claims or estimates based on available data, and to credit properly the contributions of others. To maintain and improve our technical competence, and to undertake technological tasks for others if qualified by training or experience, or after full disclosure of pertinent limitations. To treat all persons fairly and with respect, and to not engage in discrimination based on the characteristics such as race, religion, gender, disability, age, national origin, sexual orientation, gender identity, or gender expression. Not engage in harassment of any kind, including sexual harassment or bullying behavior. To avoid injuring others, their property, reputation, or employment by false or malicious actions, rumors, or any other verbal or physical abuses. To support colleagues and co-workers in following this code of ethics, to strive to ensure the code is upheld and to not retaliate against individuals reporting a violation. Thank you.
Now, it's my privilege to invite our Honorable Principal, Dr. P.C. Raguraj, for Presidential Address. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon all. Greetings to all of you on behalf of Government Engineering College, Palakkad, all the distinguished guests and participants of the inaugural function of the IEEE Communication Society chapter of our IEEE student branch there at our institution. I understand that the IEEE Communication Society is founded with the important goal of promoting information exchange in the field of communication among the academic community, industry, and the society, since it is a single most important field of technology that has revolutionized and changed all our lives profoundly. I am glad to note that we are able to rope in the distinguished experts of the field like Professor Ana Garcia Armeda of University of Carlos Madrid and also the Director of Online Content of the IEEE Communication Society for the inaugural function. I'm also happy to note that Professor A. Gopakumar of IEEE Communication Society Kerala chapter is also present. On this occasion, I extend all my best wishes to the useful functioning of the society so that the students and the faculty benefit. And I also hope that this chapter would work towards achieving the intended goals of communication society for which it is founded. These brief words, let me stop. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And now, to commemorate this special day, to officially start off, we have with us Professor Ana Garcia Armada, Director of Online Content for IEEE Communication Society. Ana Garcia ma'am has led IEEE at the forefront in transforming and inspiring many lives, with many breathing accolades to her name, including the recipient of Young Researchers Excellence Award, the Award for Outstanding Achievement in Research, Teaching and Management, and many more, including an award for shaping the future of information and communication technologies. It's my honor to welcome and invite Professor Ana Garcia Armada ma'am for the inaugural address. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much. It is a pleasure to be here with you in this inauguration of your ComSoc chapter. And as I am in ComSoc, I was also the chair of the Women in Communications Engineering Committee. I would like to talk a little bit about women in communications. And so I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to briefly talk a little bit about my perspective of women in communications engineering. So first of all, let me just comment that, of course, as you know, women are more or less half of the population in the world. However, in engineering, we are very underrepresented. We can, for example, have a look at what are the percentages of women in IEEE ComSoc to see that, well, the percentage is really low. It is in total about 10%. And even if we look at what is the percentage depending on the membership level, we see that this percentage decreases dramatically as we go down, or more precisely, we go up into the more important levels, right? So at senior and fellow levels, the numbers are even smaller. And of course, we could wonder, well, does this matter? Why should we care about the percentage of women in communications or in engineering in general? Well, I think, of course, there is a reason related to fairness, right? If we are half of the world, why shouldn't we be half of the engineers? But it is more than that. It is also a matter of economics. It's a matter of business. It is very well known by many different incumbents that in general, all these companies that have a more balanced gender or diverse team, in general work better. I have here some data from Forbes, but this is only one example. There are many. And also, we also know that if women are not part in the design of the solutions, then there are problems that will not have a solution. There are problems that even will not be identified because women have a different perspective and we need to incorporate the perspective of women. So in this presentation, I would like to briefly share some of the ideas of the best practice that we are doing in ComSoc to try to improve this situation. First of all, I think it is very important to create a welcoming atmosphere. I mean, to facilitate that women take part in all the processes in the companies, in IEEE, in the decision making. And for that, first of all, women should note that they are part of the team. Just to give you an example, which one of these conferences would you attend if you are a woman? This first one, that was a GlobeCom 2019 in Hawaii, where you see this picture on the main page, or this second one, which is GlobeCon 2021, which is going to happen in Madrid at the end of this year. Well, of course, as women, we want to see that there are other women. We want to see that we are welcome, right? That this is a place for us. And it is very important to reflect that everywhere in the organization. And also to facilitate the participation of women. So try to make it easy to have a personal, professional time balance, because usually women have to take care of family and the like. And also it is very important that those who are making decisions are aware that they may have some implicit biases. For example, I have here in this link an implicit association test that you may have a look. And in this test, they ask you questions, they try to let you know if you have some bias towards a particular topic. For example, here you see the results of the people who took the test in the past. And you see that there are many people that associate male with science and female with liberal arts. And also there are many people that associate male with career and female with family. And if you take the test, maybe you can be surprised, because even women, we have also these biases. What is important is that we recognize that we have these biases, and we try to correct and compensate when we are selecting personnel. Otherwise, it is very difficult that women come up to the top of the companies and organizations. I think also it is very important to have some venues for women to receive mentoring, to do networking. As an example, here is a picture of one of the events we organize in WISE, in Women in Communications Engineering Committee of ComSoc. We usually organize events at GlobeCom, ICC, the main conferences in ComSoc. In this one, you see a blend of senior and young women, also some men. And here we provide visibility to women. We provide guidance, discussion, and we share experiences to try to improve the future of the young generations. And also very important, mentoring. The more senior women try to help the younger ones. This is extremely important, I think, because we are here training the future leaders, and this is the same as feeding the pipeline. If we don't train the young generations of women, we will not have the leaders of the future. Also, it is very important to recognize and have role models appropriate for women. Sometimes there are works performed by women that we don't know were performed by women. For example, perhaps you have heard of the Lonely Rice model. It is a propagation model, and actually I used to know it more by rice than by Lonely. It turns out Lonely is a woman. It's Anita Lonely. And it is important that we know that, right? That we know important roles of women in our history of communications, and then young women will have a desire to follow their steps, to provide role models. But we are not doing that well in general in recognizing women. We are not doing well nominating them for awards, for example, in IEEE. Well, one is also we try to give our own awards, and in particular to the young generations. For example, in this picture, you can see the best poster award in some of the WISE events, and we try to encourage the young women to continue in this difficult career of communications engineering. This is more or less what I wanted to share. I want to be optimistic and share that I think we are going towards a higher visibility and presence of women in communications engineering. We have data. This is very important to understand where there is a missing policy that needs to be implemented. We recognize the importance of feeding the pipeline with the young generations. And also it is very important that each of us, everybody can be a role model to try to gather more interest of the young generations. We have to be aware that maybe we have a bias, know it, so we can counteract it. And it is very clear that this is not about women. This is something that must encompass everybody, and everybody needs to help so we get closer to this 50-50 percentage of women in communications engineering. Because, as I said at the beginning, if women do not take part in the design, there are problems that will not be identified or solved. And this is very important for our future. That's all. Thank you very much. And also let me once again congratulate you on this great achievement of creating a new ComSoc chapter. And with that, I finish my presentation. Congratulations.
Thank you, Professor Almeida.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing experiences and much needed guidance. And this will surely.
Louder, please, Rima. Louder, please.
Sir, is it okay?
Somewhat.
Communication Society aims to bring the world together in harmony through communication and networking technology, research application, education, and incubation of new ideas. Now, to put forward the benefits of ComSoc, we have with us our esteemed guest, Dr. A. Gopakumar Sir, Chairman of IEEE ComSoc Kerala Chapter. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Respected dignitaries, dear IEEE volunteers and students, I'm extremely happy today to be a part of this inaugural session of ComSoc Student Branch Chapter at Government Engineering College, Palakkad. Let me thank the authorities of the institution and the office bearers of IEEE at GEC Palakkad for giving me this opportunity to speak a few words on behalf of ComSoc Kerala Chapter. The year 2021 has been a vibrant one as far as ComSoc Kerala Chapter is concerned. We have grown both in terms of membership and also in terms of the number of student branch chapters in the last quarter. In fact, our student strength or total membership has touched 750, and the number of SB chapters has reached 40. An interesting fact is that 3 of our student branch chapters are in the top 10 globally. Student branch ComSoc chapters are in the top 10 globally in terms of membership. 90% of the ComSoc Kerala chapter membership is constituted by students. Therefore, most of our activities are centered around academia and student activities. I take this opportunity to introduce some of ComSoc Kerala chapter activities, so that will be beneficial for your the newly started SB. One such event is ComSoc ProCom. It's a project competition based on communication technology. It's a nationwide event. In the last edition of this event, we had 65 entries from all over India. This event is one of the largest project competition in Kerala with a total prize money of $500. Another important event from ComSoc is Virtual Distinguished Lecture. It is organized by ComSoc headquarters. It gives an opportunity for students and other members to listen to the high-profile speakers. Normally, they are the speakers of rank 1 conferences, and their distinguished lectures are being streamed for student members and ComSoc community. ComSoc Kerala is hosting 6 such events in this year. Another event is Grade 7. It's a graduate student congress jointly organized by ComSoc chapters of Kerala, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and Kolkata. This event is a thesis presentation competition for MTech and PhD scholars. Another important event of ComSoc Kerala is a webinar series called WebCom. This is an opportunity for student branch chapters, ComSoc SBCs, to jointly host webinars with ComSoc Kerala chapter. Another interesting event is an online quiz competition, which was started during this lockdown period. It's called Scotch. I hope many of our students have already attended that event. And recently, women in communication activities are also picking up momentum in Kerala. So my suggestion to the newly started SB at GC Palakkad is to explore the possibilities of conducting high quality events and provide value for membership for our members. I wish all the very best for the future activities of GC Palakkad ComSoc SB chapter. I extend all support of ComSoc Kerala chapter in your future activities. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Gopakumar.
Welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for that all inspiring and extremely engaging words. Thank you, sir. Now, I invite Dr. Vinita Chalapan, our SB counselor, IEEE SBGC Palakkad, to grace the occasion with her words. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Respected dignitaries, and good afternoon to all of you. And this is in fact a proud moment for our IEEE student branch of the Government Engineering College Palakkad, because we have started the third new chapter in our institute, and which is the IEEE Communications Society chapter. And we know that the society, which gives us a lot of opportunities to the community, which is comprised of a diverse group of industry professionals, and who has a common interest in the area of communication technologies. During this pandemic, we all know that all around the world, we are depending on online modes of interaction and communication. And in fact, the communication needs to be more powerful to meet the needs of the society. And also, we can see that every new generation G is always being added with a +1 and with new features and possibilities. And I believe that our new chapter, has a good group of people, like with the advisorship of Professor Vishnu Prasad K, and also the chair Dilip VD and vice chair Arjun R. who will take this chapter forward, and we will also, I hope, we will also take part in lot of conducting a lot of new events, which is mostly concerned in the direction of the communication area, so that it will add to the add to the activities that the IEEE SB is separately conducting every now and then. So I wish all the very best to all the future activities that the Communication Society chapter is going to do separately and together with our sitting together with our student branch. And I extend all the support to all of you, and we will try a lot to provide a lot of activities and be along with the Kerala section activities. Wishing you all the best for the new chapter. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now I invite Mr. Dilip Vidi, Chair of IEEE ComSoc Society, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, Rima. Good afternoon, all. Respected Excellencies and my dear fellow mates. On behalf of IEEE ComSoc SBC GC Palakkad, I would like to thank our Chief Guest, Professor Anna Garcia Armada, Director of Online Content for IEEE ComSoc. Thank you, ma'am, for being with us and sharing your valuable thoughts. I am pretty sure this would be a honor for each and every IEEE members gathered here. I would like to thank Dr. A. Gobaguma, Chairman IEEE ComSoc Kerala Chapter. It's always great to hear something from you, sir. And today's talk was very informative. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to thank Dr. P.C. Ravidas, Principal, Government Engineering College, Palakkad, for his precious presence in the inauguration ceremony. Thank you, sir, for sparing your valuable time for delivering the presidential address. Dr. Vinidasi, SP Councillor, IEEE GC Palakkad. Thank you, ma'am, for guiding and keeping us motivated. Thank you, ma'am, for your felicitations. I wish to express my most sincere gratitude to Vishnu Prasad K, Staff Advisor, IEEE ComSoc SBC GC Palakkad, for his encouragement, guidances, and suggestions. My enormous respect to you, sir. Lastly, I would like to thank all the attendees for their valuable presence. Thank you, one and all, for being here and making the inauguration ceremony memorable. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you all once again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Anna Gracia, ma'am. Thank you, Raghuraj sir. Thank you, Gopuma sir.
Thank you all.
Thank you and best wishes.
Thank you and congratulations.
With this, we have come to an end of our ComSoc inaugural ceremony. I once again thank our esteemed guest on behalf of IEEE SBGC Palakkad. Congratulations for all the EXICOM members of this chapter and all the very best wishes for your future endeavors, and keep the spirit. I once again thank all of you who have graced this occasion with your valuable presence. Thank you all for joining.
I think we can end the meeting now, right? Shall I end the meeting now? Aisha, I think you can end.
Yes.
Yeah, we can end the meeting for all, I think.